All right, Assalamu alaikum jamian. I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome to this session. This session is for level 3 and 4 students. I hope at the end of this session, you will be able to learn something beneficial, something that can help you in tomorrow's exam, especially for level 4, because level 4 is super important for you. You know, I understand that you are somehow stressed out, nervous, and but there are many students who are very confident, confident because they studied. They studied during the semester and they are absolutely ready. So I will be quick in this revision because tomorrow is your exam and we don't have time to cover everything. But if someone wants to learn everything deeply about speaking speaking test, I strongly recommend you to watch my videos on YouTube. If you still don't know where you can find my videos, you can text me, all right? You can text me on Teams, and I can send you the link, okay? So tonight, tonight you will learn only some super important points. Okay, but if someone wants to learn so many things, you need to watch my videos, which is on YouTube, Shabab. Okay, because tonight I cannot cover everything. I only talk about the most important points today. All right, so I believe that in part 1, most of you do not have problems. Your main problem will start from part 2. So I prefer to start talking about part 2 of your speaking test. Zain Shabab. And by the way, tonight, we will also practice together. I'm going to ask some of you, okay, some questions, and you will understand how, for example, you need to give your answers if you want to get a good mark. Zain Shabab, for example, especially in part 2, I'm going to ask some students. Some of them are my students. So they will, answer those questions. Would you switch off the camera, please? Thank you. Let me make the changes here. Please do not switch on your cameras. Hold on a second, Shabab. I changed the setting شوية. I changed them actually. I don't know why. Okay, here. Hello, Mike. Okay. Camera, I switch it off. Okay. So, are you able to switch on your camera right now? Is it still possible? Sundus, is it possible that option is there? Or no, it is closed now?
No, they can't.
They can't, right? Now it is
Yes.
not possible, صح?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, so I was saying that at the end of this session, we will have a practice with the students. So students, I will ask question and I will give you the feedback. Zain Shabab? So let's get started with part 2, the do's and don'ts. Okay, so in part 2 of your speaking test, as you know that Shabab, they give you a cue card, yani they give you a paper, there is a question, Okay, there's a question, and when you have the question, oh, I know that you know everything about that, so that's why I will be quick. But the points, what are the nukat that you need to know in part two? Of course, you should know how to answer those questions, those bullet points. Okay, the first thing that you need to know is when you see the question, part two question, then do not read the question and answer it. For example, you say, okay, who was the person? The person was Mr. Ahmed. Where did you meet him? I met him in Ibri College. No, this is a very big mistake and you will lose your mark. You should speak very naturally. بشكل طبيعي. يعني you should focus mostly on the topic. On the topic. Some students, okay, they look at the bullet points, those nukat, bullet points, like we call them. But some students, they focus on the topic and they just make preparation for 1 minute and then they will speak about the topic. But some students, no, they only want to answer the bullet points. So there are two ways, that you can answer. So the first point that you need to know, Shabab, you need to give a very nice start. Yani the start of answering part two is important. You want to get a good mark, you want to be different from others, then you need to speak differently. You need to speak differently. How? Of course, with so many techniques. First, of course, you need to know so many synonyms, phrases that I'm going to teach you today in part one. Okay, I will teach you. And some students already watched my videos, so they are familiar. Even I sent them in the chat box. If you check it, you can find them in the. It is written also in Arabic also. So Shabab, having a good start in part two is important. And how to start answering. Later on, I will tell you how to start. Do not repeat the question, okay? Do not repeat those bullet points. Take notes. Of course, they give you 1 minute. Take notes. Don't take write and big notes. Just one word, okay? Then these things, I'm not going to explain it here because some of you may not know about these things and it takes so much time to explain it. But using synonym and antonym is important. You need to be able, you need to use synonyms and antonym and also collocations a lot if you are able to. For example, you should not always say, I like. There are different alternatives that I'm going to teach you. Yani, there are some synonyms for I like. I am interested in. I am into playing football. I am interested in playing football. So teachers will check and listen to your English. They want to see how much you are able to produce or say new vocabulary, different structures, synonyms, antonyms, phrases, idioms. They want to listen to all these things. So it is very important to have all those kalamat that, I'm sure that your teacher taught you. Zain Shabab? Using different tense. Okay, some students make so many mistakes in this part. They don't read the question carefully. Maybe the question is related, مرتبط, to future, مستقبل, but they don't know how to speak in future. They don't know how to use will or going to. These are the kalamat for future, صح? I will, I am going to, I plan to, and in the plan, خطة, I plan to open a shop. I am going to buy a car. You need to read the question in part 2 nicely and check the tense, which tense it is. Is it ماضي? Is it مستقبل? Or is it present? زين شباب? You need to be careful about that. And the last part is make up a story يا شباب. يعني you should cook stories. Be a كذاب عادي. It is absolutely fine. We teachers just want to see you speaking. We just want to check your speaking. We don't care you are telling us the truth or not. Just at that time, maybe some questions are difficult. Maybe you did not experience it. Maybe you don't have any knowledge about it. But at that time, you should be creative. You need to cook, make up a story immediately. For example, they say that speak about a place that you visited recently. Maybe you don't remember anything, but على طول مطرح will come to your mind and you talk about مطرح, or you talk about نزوة سوق. So think about that. Okay, I will talk about نزوة سوق. You didn't go maybe, but you just say, I went to نزوة سوق 2 weeks ago. Actually, I went with my friends and I had a lot of fun. We had so many activities. After that, I did this, I did that. So you cooked the story. You made it up. So don't stuck in that. You say, Ya Rabbi, I don't know anything. I don't know. For example, they ask you about, speak about a person that you admire. Yani, you love that person, you like that person, his personality, and he's a successful person. Speak about that person. Maybe at that time you don't remember anything, but you need to make up a story. Maybe it is your teacher. Maybe it is your sister. Or maybe you don't like your sister, but you say it, okay, I want to talk about my sister. I believe that my sister is a fantastic person because blah, 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 and give the reasons. Of course, you need to read the bullet points as well. So make stories. And pay attention to tenses. If it is ماضي, speak in ماضي. So many students don't know how to speak in ماضي, so you will lose marks. When you don't know the ماضي of go is went, of course you are level 4 and we teacher will give you a low mark. We say that this is level 1. زين شباب, so tenses are important. All right. So forget about this. I will send this file later on. You can go through it later. So there are 2 ways of answering part 2 question. Okay, part 2 question, يعني this one, شباب. What I mean is this. شوف هذا. Describe your favorite teacher. These are bullet points. Who was the teacher? Which college did he teach you, for example? What did he teach you? And why did you like that teacher? So I'm talking about this, all right? I'm talking about part 2. Okay, see? This one, for example, which tense is talking about? It's talking about ماضي. Who was, because see, who was that teacher? They are not talking about your foundation teacher right now. They're talking about your school teacher, for example. This is actually a general one I know, but all I want to say that you need to pay attention to the bullet points and to the main question topic. زين شباب? So now let's get back here. So there are 2 طريقة to answer these type of question. One is a structure approach. مو يعني structure approach يعني you answer the bullet points. You focus on bullet points. So you take notes. For example, these are my notes actually I wrote, for example. Okay, Shabab? These are my notes. So it should be very fast. So you have 1 minute to take notes. Okay, describe my your favorite teacher. Okay. Then I say that, okay, Mr. Ahmed. All right. This is a structure. This way is yani you're focusing on bullet points. So this is called a structure. So you start answering step by step. So this is called structured. And another tariqa is that you only focus on the topic. Maybe you do not even look at the bullet points. You focus maybe only on this. Because for some students, these bullet points are confusing. They become nervous. So even if you talk about only this, Adi, absolutely okay. But you should remember which tense you need to talk. Even if you do not look at these bullet points, but you're focusing on my favorite teacher. I need to talk about my favorite teacher. All right. So you're focusing on that and you just openly imagine that you want to give a presentation, Shabab. Just you're going to give a presentation about your favorite teacher or talk about, I don't know, speak about a person that you like or speak about a place that you visited. So there are two ways. Either you can answer it in a traditional way, taglidi way, that we call it structured, or we call it free flow. The second approach that I said is free flow approach. Yani, only you focus on the topic and you just think about that and you speak about that only, the topic. Okay, so now, should I cover all bullet points? This is the question. Should I cover, and should I answer all bullet points? Should I answer all of them? Not necessary. Not necessary. We don't check that, oh, you are answering everything and all shit. We just want to see that how much you are able to speak fluently. Fluently بشكل طليق يعني non-stop. How much information you are able to give us. زين شباب? So it's not necessary. For example, maybe here, one of the bullet points, you did not understand the meaning or you did not understand anything about that. Adi, it's absolutely okay. Don't get nervous. Don't become nervous. Just stay cool and just speak about those points, bullet points that you know, or the topic itself. The topic is the most important part. The topic. That is the most important thing that you need to focus, not these bullet points. Then, so it is absolutely okay if you do not know some bullet points. So examiners will test you based on those points, but your general skill. They don't just check you based on those points. They just want to check you on main topic, the main topic. زين شباب? Okay, if you get an unfamiliar topic, what you have to do? You cannot ask the teacher that, may I change it? Because most probably they're not going to change it. Some students, maybe they ask, I'm sorry, this teacher, may I change it? But I don't think so it works. So that you have two options. You can, you can be frank and say that I do not have, you need to know how to manipulate with different strategies. Unfortunately, now if I want to say it, it is a long story. So all you can do is you need to make up a story in a different way, مرتبط to that topic. If you could not understand that one word, you can of course ask your teacher, excuse me, sir, or excuse me, miss, what does, for example, what does qualification mean? What does qualification mean? Or maybe you can ask, would you paraphrase? Would you paraphrase the question for me? Maybe you did not understand the cue card. This is at least you can give a try. Would you paraphrase or rephrase? Rephrase or paraphrase? Yani paraphrase, yani they explain the same question in another طريقة, in another way. They will make it simple for you. زين شباب? This is the حل. All right, or you can, talk about something related to that topic. You should be creative. Anyways, we don't have time for that. So be careful that your answer should not be short. Some students, Khali, what they do, they say like this, okay, uh, uh, my my favorite teacher was Mr. Ahmed. He teach me in I don't know, Sultan private school. He teach me what math, and I like him because he is a good person. Khali, they answering the bullet points. This is not the way that you should answer. This is not the way. So the best way, as I told you, is first, you need to take notes. Take notes, focus on the main topic, and then there are maybe you can find one bullet point that you can explain more. You can explain more than other bullet points. For example, here in this part, the last part, in this part you can explain a lot, but this part maybe you cannot explain. You cannot put masala. Yani I always say, Shabab, put masala to your explanation. Yani elaborate, give in a related, مرتبط information as much as you can. Because if you just answer this one, he was Mr. Ahmed. He taught me in level 2. I don't know. I like him because he was a good person. So it is so short. Khalas, that's it. You need to speak at least for 1 minute, at least. They expect you to speak 2 minutes. But some students, give short answers because they don't know. They don't know the strategies. They don't have information. They are not creative. So now, in some bullet points, if you want to answer it like in a taglidi way, yani by answering the bullet points, okay? So for example, in this part, this part, one of the parts, maybe you have more information. So keep explaining a lot on that section, on that part. Okay? For example, here, why do you like him? Because he was helpful, amazing personality, and caring, for example. For example, for the last part of your question that you get, maybe you have more information. So speak more about that. Explain more on that part. So your answer will be bigger. See, for example, like this, all right? The first thing, how to start, how to make a good muqaddama. This is the first step now. This is the first step. So for muqaddama, you can use these sentences. Shabab, this is very important. Careful. How to start now. Now we are going to start. Khalas, that those information, forget them. So now what we have to do, how to start it? How should I start? So these are the sentences that you can use. So starting cue card question is super important. Many students don't know how to start, so that's why they lose marks. So there are different ways. So one way is this. Okay, all right, see, okay. I am going to talk about, see, they say that your favorite, some students, Ya akhi, your favorite, why are you using your favorite? They're asking you. So you should say my favorite. So because of this mistake, your teacher will think then خلاص انت level 1 حبيبي. كيف you came to level 4? You don't know even the difference between your and my. So don't make this mistake. Many students make this mistake. Okay, I'm going to describe your favorite teacher. What? My favorite teacher? أنا ما أريد. I don't need to tell me my teacher. You're telling me my favorite teacher? No, we want you to talk about your favorite. So you should say, I'm going to talk about my favorite teacher. Then, so be careful about this. I'm going to talk about my, so don't say your, don't make this mistake because you lose so many marks. I'm going to talk about my, I make it big because many of you will forget it. My favorite teacher, see, I'm going to talk about is one way that you can start. I'm going to talk about is one طريقة that you can start your speaking in part 2. So this is a nice مقدمة. I'm going to أنا بروح هنا يعني means I will. Going to here means I will talk about. You can say, all right, I will talk about my favorite teacher. Or I am going to talk about my favorite teacher. Then this is one way. Or I'm going to describe, or I would like to talk about. Or you can say it like this if you want. Okay, this is an interesting question. Okay, or then you say that I'm going to talk about my favorite teacher. You can start it. Okay, this is an interesting question. If you really like this question, say it. But if you don't like it, don't say it. So there are different ways to start your answer. Or you can use this one. Okay, I'm happy that I have got this question because I like my school teacher a lot. شوف, this is top notch. Top notch يعني مرة number 1. Introduction for part 2. If someone is really advanced, so that student will try to be different from others. You want to get better mark? You should have a good start when you want to explain part 2. So these are the ways that I told you. Choose one of them and use it tomorrow. Okay? I'm going to, or I'm happy that I have got, or I have received this question because I like my blah blah. And then you say, I'm going to talk about my best. Instead of favorite, see, we changed it. Simply, my best and outstanding teacher, amazing teacher. Even favorite, you don't need to say it. My best teacher. See, even I paraphrase the topic. If you can do that. فاهمين شباب? So this is for advanced students, those who are really strong. All right, so after starting with this مقدمة, then you need to talk about the bullet points. Okay? I'm going to talk about my favorite teacher because this is related to past, so I should use ماضي for this question. زين شباب? So in this part, as I told you, don't read the question. Don't say that who was that teacher? The teacher was Mr. Ahmed. Which college did he teach you? He taught me in level 4. No, don't read the question. You just need to connect all those answers step by step if you want. But if you say it in a natural way, your teacher will give you a better mark. How? Like this. Sure. This is just a simple, way. See? Okay. I am going to talk about my best, or you can say my favorite teacher, or you can say that, all right, I'm going to talk about one of my unforgettable teachers of my life. Sure. If you want, again, a higher mark, I mean, there are different ways to have a killing start. Killing starts, yani amazing start. So be different tomorrow, especially in part 2, Shabab. His name, using pronoun. Some students make he as she, and they make she to he. Ya akhi, be careful. Be careful. If it's mu'annas, say she. If it's mudhakkar, say he. Focus. These are big problems. You are level 4. So be careful about that. If it's a male, so you can use his. His name is Mr. Hassan. He's an Omani. Okay, here, shuf shabab. I put masala, meleh. See, putting meleh also related. Yani related information is important. ما يحتاج to only talk about these bullet points. No need only to talk about this. You can talk any information related to the topic. Yani here, is there any question about nationality? No, right? About jinsiya. Is there any? No, but you can add it. You can say it. Because your answer will be bigger and that will be nice. So putting malah, yani related information, is also good. Keep it in your mind. Tomorrow you need to do that. Okay. See, he is an Omani. I added. I was creative. I added. He was an Iranian, or he was from Africa, or he is. It is okay here if you use is or was. Now, but here you cannot say that he taught me. No, you should know the madi of teach, for example. He taught me. He taught me actually using kalamat like, for example, actually, you know, these kind of words will make your speaking natural. It make it tabi'i. Actually, you know, he taught me reading and writing skills at UTAS Muscat. Okay, I use actually here, so no need here. I liked him a lot because he was, again, Mali, he was super caring and very caring and helpful. Plus, see, you need to know how to add information. In addition, plus, moreover, use them. Use them tomorrow. Show that you are knowledgeable. Okay, you need to use all your English. Moreover, in addition, he had a charismatic personality. Yani charismatic, yani jazza. And a very nice, he had a very nice personality. Also, I loved his teaching methods, طريقة تدريس, because he used to, now I will teach you what does used to mean. Yani you need to know all these kalamat. He used to teach us with easy and excellent methods. Bade, you can even give example if you can. For example, he used to teach us English with games and acting, and that was one of the reasons that made him very popular teacher. Or you can say, you know, he was very popular among students because he was very caring. He always helped students. For example, one day when I had a problem in writing, I sent an email and I asked him, teacher, can you help me in writing? So he replied me and he, you know, taught me for 1 hour. I really never forget that day. See, I'm making stories. It is absolutely adi. Absolutely be natural. Don't خلي talk about those bullet points. لا. Give examples, anything's come, any information come to your mind, say it. Tamam? Even you can finish it, you know, like this. I wish, like يتمنى, I wish I could meet him again because he is my role model. So Shabab, you need to know how to answer your part 2 question. It is very important how to start it, how to use kalamat, how to link the information, how to add information, how to give opinion, how to use the tense. كل شيء, all of them are important. And of course, your تلفظ also, pronunciation. There? Okay, now I'm going to ask one of the students to talk about this one. This question. So if there is anyone who wish to talk about this topic, please raise your hand and I will choose one student and say it the way that I say it or the way you know. Absolutely okay. Yani, all we want to know is that I want to make sure that you are able to explain about this topic. Zay Shabab, you have 1 minute. Everybody, you have 1 minute to take notes. Actually, I wrote notes here. Qualification, Shabab, mu yani. So here, for example, you don't know qualification. So it's okay. Don't talk about it because it is yani, not good to ask. Excuse me, Mr. First, don't say Mr. Say teacher. It's غلط to say Mr. Excuse me, teacher, or excuse me, sir. What does qualification mean? What does qualification mean? Or what is the meaning of qualification? So qualification yani university degree. Some teachers maybe give you the meaning, or some teachers they will not. Okay. How demanding it is, yani how much the market need this job. How demanding it is, yani how much the market needs this job, and explain why you are interested in this job. So if there is anyone who can talk about this topic, please raise your hand and tell me how to answer it. Let me check. If once you become ready, please raise your hand from here. I'll show you the question again. Open your mic if you are ready. Yalla Shabab. I know a little bit it is difficult, I understand, but you can do it. I use here the word of highly. Highly Shabab, yani very, very demanding. And the job market needs this job. Many companies need this job. In this part, for example, you can explain a lot in this part. Why do you like it? Why are you interested? Why are you into it? So use kalamat like into, I am into, I'm interested in, I love, I am crazy about this job. So these kalamat I will teach you in part 1. Yalla shabab, fast. Anybody? Okay, there is one. Let me see, who is it? Al-Maytha. Okay, Maytha. Go ahead, start. You ready, Maytha? Who raised the hand? Yalla na. I can't hear anything. Maytha, you want to answer it or not? Is there anything in the chat box? Jay Sot? No, Al-Badi. Okay. Anyone else, Shabab? I think Maytha has a problem. Anybody can talk about this? Yeah, Shabab, you guys are level 4 and you don't know how to answer this? And you are feeling, actually I want to help you. Whether I want to give my feedback. All right, we can choose another topic. This one, for example. Which one you want to speak about a course? Speak about a person you admire a lot? Speak about a food you had. Speak about a time you lost your temper or you became angry. Speak about a successful person. About what? Which topic you are comfortable? I can ask that topic if you don't know this one. Shabab, we don't have time. We need to continue. Okay, it seems no one is ready for that. And maybe you don't have confidence. So that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Okay. Ahmed? Ahmed is raising his hand. Ahmed, you want to talk?
Yes, Mister.
All right. Yalla, give it a try, Ahmed. Yalla.
This is an interesting topic.
Mhm.
I'm going to talk about my interesting job. The job is policeman. I like this job for many reasons.
Good.
For example, my father was a policeman, and this is the main reason why I prefer this job. The job require a school diploma, and in the future, inshallah, I will be one of the famous policeman in Oman.
Wow, that's amazing. Fabulous. That was fantastic. The only thing you need to be careful here, I'm going to talk about a job which I am interesting in Ashabab. So be careful about, be careful on this. Interesting is different than interested. Interested يعني أنا مهتم. A job that I am interested. Interested يعني زين. For example, this phone is so interesting because I can make a video call. This is a very interesting phone. But interested يعني أنا مهتم. يعني I like. Okay, so be careful only about that, how to use. But your answer was awesome. You started in a very natural way. You said that, oh, this is an interesting question. I'm going to talk about, a job, and you paraphrased the question. I'm going to talk about a job that I am interested in, or you can say that I'm going to talk about a job that I am into it, that I am into. I am into, yani I love it. Okay? Or I'm going
Thank
to
you.
talk about a job that my favorite job. I'm going to talk about my favorite job. That was amazing, Ahmed. That was really, really amazing. I really, really loved it. Although you can explain more. Yani, in this part, for example, you could explain it even more than this. But overall, that was that was a fantastic answer. Good job.
Thank you, Mister. And I hope you are my examiner.
I am very bakhil in giving marks.
No.
Those who come to my test, they should be very professional. They should be very professional, like the way that you gave the answer, because the teacher will understand that this students studied, this students knows the techniques. But some students, they don't know the techniques, they don't know how to start, they talk here, there, and with بدون any, nice and correct information, so they lose marks. Okay, so this is a sample answer. For example, this is an interesting topic to talk about. Teaching has been always a great passion for me. I like to talk, I like to be, actually, to be honest, even you can say, to be honest, I like to be, or I would like to be an English teacher. This is my dream job. In order to get this job, I need to study hard and get my bachelor degree with a high GPA. I also need an IELTS band score 7.5. This job is very demanded, highly. Instead of very, you can use highly. Highly demanded in Oman because we learn subjects in English in our schools and colleges. I am into this job. Yani I love this job. شوف شباب كلمات like I am into, I am crazy about this job, or these sentences, synonyms will help you to increase your mark. which I have the file in part 1, you know, those sentences, super important sentences, I have it in another file. So Sabab, this is the way that you can, this is actually very advanced, but your friend did a great job. Okay, now I make you familiar with some topics. Tomorrow, maybe you get them, maybe you don't get them, Allah alam. So I want to just to give you, make you familiar شوية. Speak about a course if you had enough time. Sure, this is past perfect. If you had enough time, see, you need to use a correct tense. If I had enough time, I would, you should use. I would study. I would study, for example, what one course? Computer skills. Computer skills. See? Okay, I'm going to talk about, a course that I would like to study if I had enough time. Well, if I had enough time, see, you need to know how to use tenses. If I had enough time, I would study. Conditionals. If you don't know conditional, you will be in trouble. So now in this session, I'm not going to teach you what conditionals are, okay? I'm just giving you the topic for part 2, Shabab, okay? So you yourself get an idea. Talk about a person you may admire. Admire, yani you praise. You say, yeah, that person is number 1. Okay, I'm going to talk about a person that I love. Maybe they say that admire, maybe you like. I'm going to talk about my favorite person that I love today. You know, actually, he is my father. I love him for many reasons. First of all, he is very caring. He always help me and support me whenever I need him. You know, keep talking about all that. And bullet points will help you, of course. I did not write bullet points, Shabab. I'm just making you familiar with the question. Okay, this one, talk about a food you had for the first time recently. Maybe you say, Ya akhi, about food. So you need to make up a story. You can say that, okay, recently, actually, I experienced tajruba. I experienced an Iranian food in Muscat. You know, I went actually to an Iranian restaurant 2 weeks ago. The restaurant was so amazing and super clean. I ordered, for example, chicken tikka. When I had the chicken, it was very delicious, blah, blah, whatever. Because your question is about Madi. So you should speak in Madi. You should not talk in future. Do not say that, okay, I will. La. You need to focus on the main topic. Okay, this one. Speak about a time you lost your temper. Lost your temper, yani mu yani. Yani, become angry. Write it down. Take notes. Yani become angry. We use the word of become, Shabab. Anger is different. We use, when we want to use verb, we should use become angry. For example, okay, I want to talk about a time that I became angry. You know, I became angry. Actually, 1 month ago, when I was driving, somebody hit my car from behind. First, I became so angry and I wanted to, you know, kill that person. But later on, I controlled myself and I just told him that why you are careless, you were almost killed me. So after, some time, the police came, we called the police and the police came to the incident, the accident spot. And later on, we took the car to garage or to the police station, just like that. But you should know how to use become angry. I became angry. If you want to make it Madi, I became angry. Okay. became. The ماضي of become is became. I became angry. Don't say that I became anger. Many students make mistakes. So be careful about this, all right? How to use become angry. Speak about a successful or maybe talented person you know. Okay, this is easy. You can choose one person and you need to talk about that person. Maybe successful or maybe talented or maybe creative, مبتكر. So you can talk about that. Speak about the ceremony. يعني مو يعني ceremony يعني محفل. I don't know. It is like a you know, for example, a graduation ceremony, birthday ceremony, okay, wedding ceremony, عرس. You attended. See, ماضي. So your explanation should be in ماضي. Okay, I'm going to talk about a wedding that I attended last month. I went to my friend's wedding, you know, and you know, my in Bahla. The wedding was fantastic. I enjoyed a lot. We ate. So all verbs are in Madi. We ate. We had a lot of sweets and Omani foods, and we had I don't know. We danced a lot. Blah blah. Whatever you're going to say, but everything should be in Madi. Speak about a memorable journey. Journey يعني رحل يعني سفر, you know. So be careful about that. Or trip. Okay, it can be a trip or it can be a journey. So be careful about that. Successful company. You can choose one company, like for example, Orido, or what is that company name? PDO, I don't know, Al-Majan, or I don't know, any company. You need to think about that company. Okay, which company I should talk about? But you need to have information. Okay, because the services are good. This company is my favorite because it gives us excellent services. Do not always say that good service, good. No, use nice kalamat, excellent services, fantastic services, amazing services. So true. You need to use those things. Okay, so these are about part 2 and khalas, we are done. Part 2. In part 3, Shabab, part 3, they will ask you related question to part 1, part 2. Yani they ask you multiple follow-up questions. So in part 2, Shabab, your answer should be longer than part 1. In part 1, your answers maybe will be 2 sentences. Don't give 1 sentence, Khaldi, in part 1. At least 2 sentences, up to 3, part 1. But in part 3, you need to explain more. You need to explain more. Okay? So you need to speak for 30 seconds, or it was 30 or 60 seconds in part 3. And there is a technique that we call it ORE. Some actually examiners call them ORE. It means first you give your opinion, because they usually ask your opinion. In part 3, they ask your opinion. So when you want to give your opinion, do not always say that in my opinion. In my opinion, okay? Do not always say that in, you should use different kalamat, phrases. For example, to me. To me. To me is a very nice one. To me, and in my opinion. To me, companies these days or nowadays, to me nowadays, the majority of students cannot speak English. So instead of saying, for example, in my opinion, you can use the word of to me, or to my, what is it, in my perspective. You know, there are different alternatives I'd show you later on in different file. Nowadays, these days, these kalamat are nice. Teacher want to hear different kalamat, new, nice, academic, advanced words. The majority, أكثر, أغلب, the majority of the students cannot or can't speak English. For example, then give reason. There are many reasons behind that. First, you know, because they do not have motivation, they do not have practice. For example, foundation students, they only like to do tawafing. They don't go to library and they don't study in the library. They don't focus in the class. So you can give also an example. So these three nukta. See, you give your opinion, you give your reason, and you give an example. مرطيبة then. But if you give خلي one sentence, of course your mark will be low in part 3. Okay, part 3. I'm talking about part 3. For level 3 and level 4, same. Whatever I'm saying, these explanations are absolutely fit for both levels, Shabab. Level 3 and level 4, absolutely same. So for level, this is a strategy, technique. Give your opinion, give a reason if you can, and give an example. Okay. We are done with part 3 and part 1. Part 1 is this, that I'm not going to explain everything, but in part 1, you need to know how to use past tense. You need to listen to the question. Some questions are past, so your answer also should be in the past. For example, when did you travel last time? Or whom did you spend it with? I traveled to India 2 years ago. I spent. So Shabab, using Madi is super important, and many of students don't know how to use past tense. بالأسف, unfortunately. Tonight, you're not going to learn past tense, of course, but I'm saying that you need to be careful. For example, show did. Did is one word that it will show that this is the Madi. So your answer also should be not Madi. For example, did you play football when you were a child? Yes, I did. This is the best answer. Don't say that, yes, Khali, yes, I played football when I was a child. This is a basic answer, but if you want to be fantastic professional, you can say, yes, I did. Actually, بالحقيقة, I used to play a lot with my friends. Or no, I didn't, because I am not interested in football. Or I didn't play football because I was not into. Into yani, not into yani, I didn't like. Or because I was not interested. So kalamat like interested, not into, use them tomorrow. About used to, I explained it in the video. Please watch it in my on my YouTube channel if you want, because it is a long story. When we're talking about a habit, an audit that we had in the past, but now you don't have it. For example, I ask you, do you smoke? Well, no, I don't. But I used to smoke when I was in grade 12. I used to smoke. So used to, when teachers hear such kalamat from you, be sure they will be impressed. They will say, oh, wow, this student is awesome. He is using, or she is using amazing structures, kalamat. And fantastic, yani your teacher will be impressed. I used to play football when I was a child. I used to have a dog. Yani now you don't have it. Do you have a pet? Do you have a dog? Well, no, I don't have a dog, but I used to have a dog when I was in grade 12. Zain Shabab? So be careful. So using regular words, the Madi, teach, taught, these kalamat, you should know the Madi of kalamat, some of them. Yujid, this one. There is, yani يوجد, there was for Madi. Or in plural, we say there are many problems in Oman. Or if it is one problem, we say there is. So be careful about this as well. Future tense, you need to know how to talk about future. Use will, going to, okay? Plan to, these kalamat are nice. I plan to open a shop. I plan to open a mishkaki. I am going to buy a car. Okay. So these kalamat, about likes and dislikes, be super careful. Okay. Likes and dislikes, use alternatives. شو هذا versatiles, alternatives, يعني different kalamat, different synonyms. أنا مهتم. Yes, I'm interested in learning English, not interesting, interested. Or I'm crazy about shopping. I'm crazy about shopping. I am into cars. Yani I love cars. So these three kalamat, at least learn them. Okay? About dislikes, phrase like this, this is an expression. Not my cup of tea. I don't have cup here. Cup of tea, yani, this is not my, what is it? Means I don't like it. I'm not, أنا ما مهتم. Okay. Do you like playing football? No, actually, I don't like playing football. Playing football is not my cup of tea. يعني أنا ما مهتم. I don't like it. So teacher will be amazed when you use such kind of, idiomatic phrases. Or I am not into. Don't خلي say that I don't like. Not cool. Giving opinion, I told you, in my opinion, to me, foundation, for example, foundation is very important. To me, learning English is super important. Okay, or you can use this kalamat. As far as I know, this is a very nice word. Or honestly speaking, في الصراحة, this one is super nice, very nice. في الصراحة, you can use it. When they ask you a question, you can use it. Your teacher love to hear these kind of, these kind of sentences, phrases. Honestly speaking, I am not interested in football because, I am so busy and I don't get time. I always help my family in house chores and all these things, So honestly speaking is a very nice phrase. Or as far as I know, uh, um, uh, for example, as far as I know, companies are not providing companies are not providing good services as far as I know. So you can use these phrases. It will impress your teacher. For adding information, try to use moreover, plus. Okay. Also, these kalamat about however and but. I don't explain. We don't have time. Not only but also. He is not only handsome but also smart. These kalamat. Majority أغلب, the majority of يعني أغلب. Okay. بعدين how often they ask you question about how often يعني كم مرة. Many students don't know how to answer it. So the answer is once a week, twice a week. How often do you read books? I read books every day, or I read books once a week, twice a week. So be careful the meaning of how often يعني كم مرة. Okay. About compare, contrast, we don't have time. Kalamat like nowadays, these days, these are important things. Oh, what happened? All right. I believe that these days, nowadays, conditionals, you can read it by yourself because we don't have time to talk about conditional, but you need to know. If I had 50,000 riyals, what would you do? If I had 50,000 riyals, I would buy a Lamborghini, yani. I would buy, So, okay, this one. What is your favorite music, Shabab? Do not give short answers in part one. Don't give short answers and don't give long answers. See, for example, this one. My favorite pieces of music are rock and pop, but if I had to choose one, I would pick, okay, this one is difficult, Shreya. Let me make you familiar with part one. Now we are part one. Do you wish to celebrate your own birthday with your family or friends? Some students say, with my friends. What? Don't do that. Full answer. Full answer. So you should say that, well, To be honest, I would like to celebrate my birthday, of course, with my friends, because I love to be happy on that day, and my birthday is very important for me. Sure, I explained it for 2-3 sentences. I didn't say that yes with my friends. Full answer. Give full answer and with 2 or 3 sentences. Zain Shabab, very careful. Be careful. Let's talk about famous people. Who is the most famous celebrity in Oman? Celebrity and the person who is mashhur. And why? I believe Ali Al-Habsi is very famous in Oman because, he always help poor people and he support them. See? Your teacher like it because he knows that you're trying to explain. All right? See here, I wrote the answer. Ali Habsi is the most popular person in Oman. He is famous for several reasons. For example, he helps, I don't know, poor people, blah, blah, whatever. Okay? Now let's talk about studying. What subject are you interested at the moment? So you use kalamat like I'm interested in this, that. Do you like your classmates? Sorry, do your classmates like this subject? Why? So it is about subjects. Maybe it can be a math, English, whatever. Maybe they ask you about shopping malls. Be careful. Do you prefer shopping malls or local shops? Well, I prefer, kalamat like I prefer, or I like to buy from shopping malls. Give reasons, because we have many shops. We have many shops to buy. To buy, or we have many choices in shopping malls. Moreover, also in shopping malls, you don't feel hot because it is so cool because there is AC in shopping malls. Okay, Oman is a very hot country, so most of people like to do shopping in shopping malls because they feel comfortable, not comfortable, comfortable, مريح. Or facilities. There are many منشآت because يوجد. There are many facilities. See, these sentences are amazing. Learn them, use them. There are many منشآت, facilities. There are many منشآت, there are many facilities. Are you happy with your shops in your local area or neighborhood? They say neighborhood. Neighborhood and in your area. No, I am not, because I cannot find anything I need. For example, give example. Because, for example, if I need ice cream, I cannot find. I need to drive and go for 5 minutes and maybe I can find a shop. Then, advantage and disadvantage of shopping, online shopping. So you need to have ideas about online shopping. Advantage, شوف, benefits, use synonyms. Benefits, there are many benefits, or there are many pros, there are many advantages. See, you need to know these kalamat. Synonyms for advantages, fawaid. Advantages, benefits, pros. There are many advantages in online shopping. For example, it is easy to shop. Also, you can save your time and energy. Maybe they talk about internet. Okay? So be careful about that. They may ask you, have you ever? Be careful how to answer it. So basically, you need to answer it in in present perfect. But past simple also can be okay. For example, like this. Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Actually, I bought. اشتري. I bought so many things through online, such as abaya and shoes. However, yani but, I prefer to buy from shops these days because I can see the quality, I can try it, I can see, I can feel the quality. But online shopping, I cannot see the quality. Then, let's talk about teachers. It's easy. My favorite teacher is this, blah, blah. And have you ever taught something to someone? Taught, and teach. Yes, I taught English to my friend. Okay, or maybe say I don't. Maybe they talk about books. Let's talk about books. Did you read a lot of books when you were a child? Sure. When you were a child? Actually, when I was a child, I was interested in reading. I like short stories. Okay, so your answer also should be in Madi. Okay, let's talk about shabs. Did you like, actually, or some of you say that, no, I didn't like reading books when I was a child. But nowadays, I am crazy about reading books. So you need to be careful, to listen carefully to the question and check the tense. بعدين buy a book as a present. Present يعني هدية شباب. هدية. Would you ever buy someone a book? Yani will you buy someone a book as a هدية? You can say that. Honestly speaking, I don't think so. Because in Oman, yani, don't say yani, I'm saying yani, okay? In Oman, we prefer to buy perfume, oud, yani, you know, such kind of things, because Omani people love such kind of things. Omani people don't like a book. If we give them books, they say, why are you giving me a book? Give falus, perfume, something. What should I do with the book? Then, so be funny sometimes. Adi. Would you encourage your children reading books? Encourage, yani, give them motivation. Do you push them? Do you motivate tahfiz, giving tahfiz to them? Of course I do. I will encourage my children a lot to read books, because books are very important in our life, and we can learn so many things, you know, from books. And it can help us to, you know, shape or make a good personality. See, you can explain it like that. So be careful, encourage. They may ask you about science. Oh, very tough topic. Were you interested in science when you were at school? You can say, no, I was not interested, or I did not like science because it was very difficult, because it was very confusing and difficult. Science. Okay, transport, they may ask you about tawasalat, transport. We don't have transportation. You should use the word of transportation, Shabab. We don't have transportation, good transportation in Abri, because, you know, Abri is a very small city, but in Muscat, we have transportation like bus and taxi. Then, but you say that I prefer my own car. I don't want to go by taxi. Then, about being late. Do people in your country care about punctuality? Mu yani punctuality. Maybe they will ask you, punctuality and being on time. Do they like to be on time? So be careful, punctuality, yani being on time, to be on time. Then, care about any ihtimam. Do they care about on time? You can say yes, they do, or you can say no. Honestly, بصراحة, they don't care about punctuality, but I myself like to be punctual or on time in everything. Then, this one is difficult. What do the teacher should if the students showed up late? Okay, so you can say, oh, this is a cool question, and this is a nice question. You can be funny like this. Okay, this is a nice question. I think, or I believe that, or to me, okay, you're asking your idea. So this is the answer. I wrote it. Take a screenshot. You can read it. So the final things for part one, the examiner doesn't care you telling the truth or not. So make a story, just be chazab, adi, cook stories, absolutely okay. Don't give short answers, at least 2 or 3 sentences. Shabab, okay? And what else? Speak naturally. بشكل طبيعي, try to speak, use synonyms, use idioms, you know, like piece of cake, and very easy. It is piece of cake for me. This one, for example, where do you live? I live in Muscat, which is the capital of city of Oman. I have been living there since I was born. You know, yani, this is professional way of answering. If they ask you, where is your hometown? My hometown is Muscat, but currently I live in Ibri because I'm studying here. شوف, not short answer. Put masala. Do you like running? Yes, I do. See, these are the answer, the way that you should answer. About the tense, see, this one is madi. This one is present. If it's present, you should answer it in present. If it's madi, you should answer it in madi. شوف. Take a screenshot. Have you ever see, these are different types of questions, Shabab. You need to know how to answer them. Take a screenshot and read them. Okay. And that's it. Do not address your teacher as Mr. Say teacher or sir or miss. Okay, these are also some. All right, that's it. This is the end of the session. I hope that you enjoyed it. I tried to make it short. So mashallah, 59 students are موجود. If there is anyone who wants to have a practice, you can raise your hand. I'm going to ask you question from part 1, part 2, and let me see how you're going to answer, if there is anyone. Otherwise, you can leave, Shabab. You can leave. The session is khalas, finished. Okay? Because you need to sleep early. Don't forget your ID card. Be confident, be natural, be cool, and inshallah, umur tayyiba. Tomorrow, you will do a great job. If anyone wants to have a practice with me, Adi, I will be available for 10, 15 minutes, Adi. If not, then you can go. Ahmed, you want to do it? Should I ask you a question?
Yes, mister.
Yes, or you have a question maybe. Do you have a question or no?
No.
Ah, okay, you want me to test you. All right, let's test Ahmed. Okay. Okay, Ahmed. Now, Shabab, you are making a practice. So damn. All right, hello, Ahmed. May I see your ID card? This is the first thing they ask you. May I see your ID card, please? How do you answer?
Here you are.
Yes, sure. Here you are. Here you are. This is the answer. Very good. Or here you go. Sure. Here you go. Oh, this is my. You can say this is my student ID card. What is your full name?
My name is Ahmed Abdullah Naimi.
Okay, this is one way. Even if they ask your full name this way, you can say it like this. My name is Ahmed Al-Kalbani, but you can call me Ahmed. Your teacher will love it. This is IELTS style. My name is Mohsen. For example, say my full name is, or my name is Mohsen Amiri Belushi, but you can call me Mohsen. But you can call me Mohsen. Again, I repeat. What's your full name?
My name is Ahmed Naimi, but can you?
You can call me. You can call
me
Ahmed.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I have a student level 2. I told him if they ask you this question, be funny. I gave him a pet name, yani second name, because of, you know, pronouncing one word in a wrong way, humble. So he said that humbly. So I put this name as, you know, for him. I chose this name, Mr. Humbly. So I asked him that, okay, Telal, if they ask you what is your full name, say my name is Telal, my name is Telal, this and this and this, but you can call me Humbly. Yani, that is his pet name, Humbly. So to make some fun. All right, in the first part, Ahmed, I'm going to ask some questions about yourself. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk about books. Did you like to read a lot of books when you were a child? And why? Why not?
When I was a child, I was not interested in reading book, but I am interested in read a Quran.
Okay, good. Can you remember any books you really enjoyed when you were a child?
Actually, I enjoy two sports books. like books for Coach Mourinho.
Ah, I thought that you said Coach Shaimun, maybe.
No, no.
Okay, so now listen to this one. Would you ever buy someone a book as a present or gift?
I hate to give a gift to another a people, but in
So أنا يفضل I use the word of prefer.
again, Mister.
Use the word of I prefer. This is a nice. See, would you ever buy someone a book as a present or gift? First, you should say that yes or no, something like that.
No, because I prefer to give a gift like perfume and or cars or
Okay.
watch.
You can put masala شوية or Porsche, okay. Because give reason شوية. Because Omani people, you know, like this.
Because
Yes.
my friend, they don't like books.
Uh-huh. See, now this is nice. First, you gave a short answer, but if you think about giving reason, your teacher will like it more. Yani, your mark will go higher and higher. That was good. Okay. Now let's talk about chocolates and sweets. Do you like to eat chocolate and sweets, and why?
Honestly speaking, I prefer to eat sweets, Omani sweets like halwa. I eat them twice a day with
Twice a
my
day.
family.
With my friends or with my family.
With my family.
Okay, that was good. Have you ever bought have you ever bought chocolate or sweet as a gift to someone?
Could you paraphrase the question, please?
Have you ever give someone a chocolate box or chocolate as a gift or present to someone?
Yes, in the last birthday, my friend birthday, I give him Omani sweet halwa from my father shop.
Okay, excellent. So شباب شوف he used ماضي. I gave a gift to my friend in his birthday. Actually, I bought it from my father's shop. So he put masala شوي from where he got it. See? And he used gave because he knows the ماضي, so that's why he answering correctly. Perfect. Do you have a favorite brand of chocolate?
Sure, my favorite brand is الديوانية. I buy from الديوانية in the Eid and in the مناسبات.
Celebrations in special events, you can say, or celebration. Okay. All right. This is the end of your part one. I would like to move on part two. In part two, I'm going to part two. I tested you, so you don't need to. So that was fantastic. I would like to ask someone else. Someone who did not get the chance. But Ahmed, it seems that you followed all those instructions that I taught you. I don't know if you watched my video before because mashallah, you're using all the techniques that I myself expect you to do. So that was really, really amazing. And inshallah, I'm sure you will get a good mark tomorrow and you will impress. But be full of energy. I want you to speak with so much energy, okay, tomorrow. Even the way you sit also should be so nice and speak confidently, all right?
Thank you, Mr.
You're
Inshallah.
welcome. Okay, the next one is Marwa. Marwa raised her hand. So let's see how Marwa speaks. Okay, Marwa, you ready? I think
Yes,
Marwa.
Mr.
Okay, Marwa.
Yes.
All right, Marwa. Let's talk about transport. Do you ever travel by bus or taxi?
Actually, to be honest with you, I prefer to travel by bus because I think or I suppose bus is safer than taxi or any transportation such as car or taxi. And
Okay.
bus is has many features such as cheaper, safer, and more comfortable.
Very good. Bus has many. Okay, bus has. This is very nice. Shabab, using have has. It's very important. Bus or buses have. If it is plural, we say buses have. But if it's wahed bus, you can say bus has. The bus has. Very good. Okay. Have you ever been on a long bus or taxi journey? Where to?
Actually, I don't prefer
Long
to
journey. Have
I
you ever
don't
been?
prefer to travel by car or bus, but if I have a chance to travel by bus, I choose bus. Between bus or taxi, I choose bus. Because bus is very safer, as I said before in question one, and I feel comfortable and relaxed when I in bus.
Okay, awesome, awesome. That was fantastic. Okay, let's talk about a photographer or pictures or photographs. Uh, where do you usually keep your photos? Uh, those photos that you take, where do you keep them, save them?
Actually, I'm not into taking photo or take photo by camera, but if I have a chance to keep my photos, I choose to keep it in phone because phone
Wow.
because when I keep it in phone, I feel saved. My photos in a safer place.
Oh, that's awesome. That was awesome. Okay, do you have many photos of you when you were younger?
Actually, in previous time or in old times, the people don't have camera to take photos or albums to keep it photo. But when I was a child, I think I have maybe one photo.
So basically, so you can say, so I don't have many photos. So you need to answer the question first direct. Do you have? Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Then explain that, okay? Because the examiner wants to know yes or no. Do you have many photos when you were a child? You can say yes, I do, or no, I don't. Actually, then explain, okay? First answer the question yes or no, and then continue. But that was amazing, mashallah. Do you like taking selfies?
Could you paraphrase the question, please?
Yeah, do you like to take photos from yourself? Selfies? Do you like taking selfies? Taking photos
Ac-
from yourself?
Actually, honestly speaking, I hate that because I think camera is look like a different picture of person.
Person.
So I
Okay.
don't prefer to take photo for myself, but for anyone, or I prefer to take photos for others. But for me, I'm not.
I'm not into it.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Awesome. That was fabulous. Okay, let's move on to the second part of your speaking. I'm going to give you a cue card. You have 1 minute to, what is it, to prepare yourself. You can take notes if you want. And after 1 minute, you should speak for 2 minutes. Okay, where is the question? Right. This is part one, sorry. Where's part two? Okay. For example, we will choose this one, okay? Okay, so this is your cue card. Okay, I tried to make it simple. Okay, so speak about a person who you may admire a lot. Yani a person that you like a lot. You love that person. And tell us who is that person, how long do you know that person, and why do you admire that person? You have 1 minute to prepare yourself, and after 1 minute, you can start. We are waiting for Marwa. She's preparing for task part 2. This is part 2 question. And let's see how she answers the question. Person, don't say it. Person. Admire or like. Admire or I like. Okay, you may start, Marwa. Your time is started.
Okay, I'm going to talk about that person. I like it a lot. Definitely, this person is my father. His job is chemistry engineering in BDO company, which related to oil. I very appreciate my father because my father has many skills to work in this high-class company, such as creativity, responsibility, patient when interact and communicate with others, and strong personality. My father chose this job for many reasons. The first reason is the high salary, and it is suitable for both gender, males and females, and his feel comfortable when work in office.
All right, that was amazing. That was fabulous. You attempted all parts, and you you gave you provided some extra information, related information. So that was really fantastic. So in third part, I would like to ask some follow-up question. Could you tell me what was the last time that your father encouraged you to do something?
Actually, my father always encouraged me every day to get high mark in university, to get a good job, and after that, to get a high salary. My father, my father work in high class job, so he prepare their children get a good job with high salary to live in a good life, and don't need to anyone to help
Okay,
others.
okay, perfect. And in your opinion, what qualifications, what kind of characteristics someone has to have to become a successful person? What kind of characteristics or what kind of qualities someone should have to become a successful person?
Actually, if you need to be successful, you should follow or get many skills. The first skill is manners. Many employers don't have good manners, such as when interact with others and patient. Good manners is very important or super important in any job. In addition, strong personality strong personality, responsibility, creativity, be confident. But the most thing is good manners.
Having
To
good
get,
manners.
yeah, yes, good manners to get a good person and anything elsewhere.
All right, fantastic. There are many more questions can be asked, but صراحة, to be perfectly honest, you are applying, you are using all those strategies that someone has to do in your speaking. You know, you're using nice vocabulary, you're using good tenses, you're using also, you know how to connect the sentences by using, you know, connectors. Okay. The range of vocabulary that you using is fantastic. And you also using synonyms a lot. You're not repeating something one word again and again. You're trying your best to use different you know, alternatives in your speaking. So I personally, I am so proud of you for being this much professional, and I guarantee you, if you go for the exam, your teacher should not give you less than 18. Yani blind, you know, that teacher should close his eyes and give you 18. If you answer the questions the way that you are answering right now, mashallah, you are doing a great job. Just be careful in your pronunciation. Try to listen a lot of podcasts and all this stuff, and try to be careful when they are pronouncing the kalamat. For example, any, you should not say any, for example, or person. I don't know, it's a couple of words that I forgot it, but just you need to be careful. Just some slight grammatical mistakes, which are very common. I mean, it's not a big deal, but overall, you have done a great job. If I were your examiner, I would give you 18 or even 19. So you have done a very, very great job. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mr.
You're welcome. All right, Shabab, I think you better go and take rest, because it's been almost, I don't know, 2 hours now. So you need to review all those nukat and be ready for tomorrow. Shahad, what is it? You want to do it? Do you want me to? It's okay. One more we can do. You want to do it? You want me to take your test? Shahad?
Yes.
All right. Okay, no problem. I'll do it. Okay, Shahad. Welcome to this mock speaking test. My name is Mohsen, and this is my colleague. They start like that tomorrow. So in the first part of your speaking, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Would you tell me, where do you live? Where do you live? Actually, you hear sometimes, where do you live? But that is wrong. Where do you live? Where do you live?
Okay, I live in Buraimi.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I live in Brahmi. Can you put some masala to that and explain more? I live in Brahmi. Brahmi is, for example, a very nice city in Oman. So this will be better. Then, okay. So
okay.
then let me ask you, let me find the questions. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about, you know, I'm trying to choose some difficult topics. Let's talk
I want
about
to
easy topics.
I don't need this topic.
Should I ask you easy topic then?
Yes.
Okay. This is a practice, don't worry, we are just practicing. Okay, let's talk about being late. Have you ever been late for an appointment or meeting? Have you ever been late for a meeting, appointment?
Yes. I am always come late
Okay, and why?
because I am not finished
My works,
my
my work
works
on time.
on time. Yes.
Okay, so do people in your country, what is it, go to meetings on time or not?
Some people go on time. Some people not.
Okay, but this is short answer. For tomorrow, you should explain Shoya more. In my opinion, most of people go on time to meetings, but there are some, Eugene, there are some people who do not go on time. You can say it, Shoya, explain it more. Then, so I want to know your idea about this. What teachers should do if, for example, a student go to class late? What the teacher should do? What do you think?
Um, in my opinion, I think
What teacher should do if somebody, a student, goes to class late? What the teacher should do? What do you think? Anything, any information come to your mind, you can say it, no problem. But do not have pauses. Pause and stopping, pause and stopping. Stopping for a long time in a final exam is not good. Whatever comes to your moch at that time, say it in a relaxed way. So if students come late, what the teacher should do?
uh,
I think teacher should what? Give what?
I think teacher give some advice for this student.
Mhm. Yes. So you can answer like this. Yes, I think a teacher can give some advice, some pieces of advice to the student, or some teachers do not allow. I think the teacher should not allow the students to sit in the class, or maybe teacher should give absent to that student because it is not good to be late. Okay, you can say that the teacher should give absent or should give advice. So you can use these sentences. All right, let's talk about the second one. Let's talk about let's talk about I don't have topics actually. That's probably okay. I'll ask you the second part of your exam. So in the second part, let me see how you're going to answer it. Okay. So this is the question. This one, where is it? Okay, here. Speak about. Speak. This is the question. I want to see how you answer it. Speak about your favorite teacher in level 4. Okay, you have 1 minute to Prepare yourself. After 1 minute, you should answer it. In level 3, sorry, level 3, because you finished level 3. It is Madi. I will be back in just 10 seconds. You prepare it, I'll be back. Okay, you ready?
Yes, teacher.
All right. So you can start now.